BrewTube, DJs here, back at you with yet another DJs BrewTube beer review. Well, you see what's in front of me? It looks like there's a pumpkin on this bottle. That must mean it's pumpkin beer season. That's right. And you know DJs had a color to pass with pumpkin beers. Some of them I like, and some of them I pour off the deck or down the drain. But this beer from Weyerbacher Brewing Company out of Easton, PA, US of A, yay, which is their Imperial Pumpkin Ale, I've actually liked before. Now this is a fruit and vegetable beer, fall serving of course, 8% ABV, so that means like it's an Imperial Pumpkin beer, and 21 IBUs. Now, you hear me say, oh, I've liked it before. That's right, I reviewed this at the Nova Brew Fest back in 2012, and also during the Fall Festival Pumpkin Beer Extravaganza of 2012. Both Johnny and I liked this beer at the Extravaganza. I gave it a B+, and Johnny gave it a B. This particular version of a pumpkin beer, of course, is brewed with pumpkin, and the spice additions are cinnamon, cardamom, clove, and nutmeg. Now, I remember this beer being really spice forward at the time when I reviewed it. Now, you hear me saying, oh, I remembered. Why? Well, this is the self-same beer. This is the 2012 Weyerbacher Brewing Company Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Who does Cellared Pumpkin Ale? DJ does Cellared Pumpkin Ale. That's who. Why? Because I want to see if that spiciness that was real dominant and didn't leave a whole lot of room for the pumpkin flavor and the ale flavor to come out has died down, and if this beer's changed in any way. So, you know what? Enough flapping my gums. Let's get the cap popped on this bad boy and see what's going down. Ooh, nice hiss for a year-old beer. Let's get it in the glass and have some pumpkin adventure, guys. So many pumpkin beers suck. This one, like I said, I gave a B+, and I think maybe at the beer festival I might have given it like a B+ or an A-, something like that. I'm going to leave plenty of room for the old schnoz here. This is the Weyerbacher crown that they use in a lot of their Imperial beers that are in 12-ounce bottles. So, now, you see it's typical pumpkin beer color. It's hazy, dark amber, copper color. We got a solid, not moving much of anywhere, one finger, really dark khaki head when I swirl it. As you see, we're getting some clingy glass lacing, and I can see plenty of alcohol legs on this. And that's about how it looked before. It's your typical Imperial pumpkin beer. The Imperial ones are usually hazy that I've noticed, and I've drank a lot of frickin' pumpkin beer. And they tend to be a bit darker shade than I guess maybe your Sam Adams or Harpoon or whatever other pumpkin beer you may get your paws on. So, let's get a nose on this bad boy and see what it smells like after a year. Wow, bigger cinnamon than last year. And I can smell more of that minty cardamom. The cardamom has come up more than before. The spicy clove is in the undertone. And I'm getting a honey sweetness now that I don't recall from last year. No alcohol aroma at all, and I believe, if memory serves, it might not. There was a little alcohol aroma when I had this before. Well, that's interesting. Before, nutmeg was the really dominant aroma, and now that's died down, and it's the cinnamon followed by the cardamom and the clove are playing a bigger role, and there's a honey aroma that I didn't remember detecting before. Wow, that's pretty cool. So our head settled down to pretty much nothing. We swirl it. Look at that. Instant glass lacing, guys. Weyerbacher makes quality beer, by the way. If you haven't had Weyerbacher before, or it's not in your area, it is a brewer that's worth trading for. So, let's get a taste on this, see what's going down. Wow, that's interesting. The beer has changed. There's no alcohol taste at all now. It tastes a lot more like pumpkin bread. Last year was more like a really spicy pumpkin pie. It's got a full medium mouthfeel, not medium full, but a full-on medium mouthfeel. And that minty cardamom is playing like more of a role now. The clove comes after that. I'm not detecting the nutmeg like I was before, and the cinnamon is there too. I like this beer a little bit better cellared, I think. It's a really tasty brew, and there's no alcohol burn, no alcohol taste, and you could chug this down pretty quick. And it's like I'm saying, it's got this bready sweetness and this honey tone to it now. It's like drinking liquid pumpkin bread. The closest beer I've had to this that wasn't as good is the Fordham Harvest Ale or Fall Harvest Ale. I can't remember the name of it exactly, but it tastes like liquid pumpkin bread also. And this one has developed into that. This was like a nutmeg and clove bomb up in your grill before, and basically all you tasted was that spiciness, especially when you drank these in succession against other pumpkin beers. But man, this is tasting damn good. I'm surprised. I'm happily surprised. And you know I haven't been happy about many pumpkin beers. Anyways, what do the other guys think about this? Well, it's not really fair to rate it against other guys, but this beer fresh gets a 96 from Rate Beer and an 88 from Beer Advocate. So last year I guess I was going right along with the Beer Advocate and Johnny was going lower, but you know what? I'm going to raise this up to the A-. It's a 90 level beer now. Cellared for a year. This is a better beer. I'm totally shocked. I didn't expect anything like this. I figured, because I found this beer. I wasn't really 100% planning this review. One of them I have been because I wanted to review it, but after a year. But this one I wasn't. I just found it in my stack of stuff. But man, such a tasty brew. Anyways, guys, that's my verdict. A-. And if you could do me a big favor and think globally and drink locally, I'm drinking pretty much semi-locally. Easton, Pennsylvania is not that far. If you can support the craft beer movement and help this thing keep growing, man, DJ would be a fucking happy-ass camper. So, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Until the next DJs BrewTube, if there's something you want me to review before that time, let me know. I will do my best to accommodate you. And until then, until we talk again about our friend beer, that's a big peace out.